comes crashing in and reminds me of the past. And sometimes I hear your name. Sometimes I hear your name. It reminds me of the pain. Well, I guess you read me right, 'cause I am a foolish man. But at least I understand. But at least I understand. And I've learned to live with it. Memories like grains of sand, lying helpless on the beach, of the ones you need so bad, the ones you need so bad, of the ones you cannot reach. is like grains of sand. Well, there we go. We got it all started proper now.
Hi, everybody in chat.
Yeah, just me. I just said I was just still learning. I never said I was a beginner.
There was a big difference.
Just a slight one.
How you been, man? How's things going?
Oh, fucking snow. I hate snow. But
Hey,
other than
everybody
that,
in?
not too bad.
Oh, cool. Good to see everybody in chat. I've just been chilling out here at home. It's been 21 degrees Celsius today, which is
Kiss
a
my
fairly
ass.
warm day.
Seriously, kiss my ass. 21 degrees Celsius.
You be freezing your ass off.
It's like negative fucking 8 here Celsius.
Oh, shit. Fucking hell. Cold as shit.
That ain't even cold yet, guy.
No, it'll go way down.
Not even cold yet. All right, hold on here.
I'm just checking through
Just
chat.
got to take care of something here real quick. Oop. Turn that down. Down.
Looking at the damn same fire again.
Yeah, I kind of like that fire.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
By the way, everybody knows that's the Vic BC Live and Mrs. Vic BC Live. That's their Christmas fire. They're going for the record of the longest fire ever to be made.
Two very awesome people. They've always been very positive.
Oh yeah, absolutely great people.
Since I've known them, and I've known them for a fair while now. It's good to see them around again.
Make sure you guys throw your links in there, Rob. But so how's the Kiwi land doing?
Oh, yeah, not much different than the other day. Still the same old bullshit going on, and a lot of people walking around like life is normal when it's actually not. But there you go, which is really frustrating, and so same old, same shit, different day.
Yeah, that seems to be the going thing. NBC sent me a thing, and they're trying to limit protesting. NBC, or what's going on? What's up with that? I know here. Oh, by the way, Rob, Misty, Diego's video is still up. My other ones are still up. Neither one of us have gotten strikes or anything. I'm in the mind that YouTube censorship might be at a standstill at the moment because they're probably shitting their pants on what Elon Musk is releasing.
Yeah. Sounds like they're, like you said the other night, scrambling, trying to figure out which approach they're going to
I
take.
bet they're deleting shit faster than you can shake a stick at it. Well, all it's got to do is show that they had collusion with a governmental agency and they'd lose their 230 protections. Boom, lawsuits begin.
Yep.
And I'm going to sit back and giggle my ass off.
I think a lot of people will.
I couldn't think of a better bunch of fuck sticks for it to happen to, excuse my French.
I totally agree.
Anti-protest law, NBC? What a crock of bullshit.
What the hell? Seriously, NBC? That's a problem. That's a freaking big ass problem. So variations of that's going to start spreading throughout the world. You watch.
Mr. P played what, Mrs. T? Oh, okay. Unacceptable views, huh? Well, that's the thing. The stuff that Elon's showing on Twitter, and it's already, I mean, I don't know if you guys know who our Dr. Shiva is, but he's had all this information for 2 years. And the judge he went in front of as much as said that this will be taught in constitutional law classes because it's so absurd, the collusion going on between government and big tech.
Yep.
Go ahead, Drip.
Yep. The same thing's happening with New Zealand and Facebook here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Full on collusion.
You know, that's why I said I don't know about the Commonwealth states. You know, Canada, Great Britain, and Australia, but in our Constitution, what they're doing with the three-letter agency here is absolutely illegal. If it's proven that's what they're doing, but I mean, you have to be a moron not to see it.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not going to say much for our legal system at the moment because there's a lot of morons in it. Six people got killed, 3 cops. Where was this at, Michael?
That's an Aussie.
Yeah, I know he is.
Hey, Michael.
How you doing, Rick?
Yeah.
Rick's an Aussie too.
Yeah.
The thing of it is I really think that they were going to cover all this shit up and keep it covered up, which everybody knew that this was going on, but you know, of course, our current administration ain't going to do shit about it. But seeing now is that both Bidens have their ass in a ringer, and they're looking at possibly being brought up on criminal charges. So if that happens, and then they go after, well, I got to watch what I say on it. It depends on how this all plays out.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that's got their ass in a ringer right now, but I guarantee you, there's bit bleaching happening all over big tech right now.
Yeah,
all right,
there isn't a big IT company that's not freaking doing that right now. They're all going, oh shit, distance ourselves now.
Yeah.
Quick run, cockroaches are scattering.
Yep, Michael Brown, I seen that. But as I said, the pendulum, there's leaks happening, there's little drips here and there, and the pendulum's starting to swing the other way. Like I told everybody else, we're not going to get out of this in a couple days. It's going to be a long ride, and there's going to be some problems here and there, and there's going to be definitely some trying stuff, but it's certainly going to at some point in time bite them in the ass.
Hey, Michael.
How you doing there, Nexus? Maybe 1 sec. I got to let a dog in.
Hey, just me. How you going? How is everybody? Good to see everybody in chat. Good to see everybody around most of today, actually, because I've been bouncing in and out of a few lives, just listening to stuff in the background and interacting with people again.
$35 there. Oh, you can have that, Mike. No, thank you.
Screw that. I might get skinny with that, Pete.
That's a little too hot for me.
Yeah, that's hot. It'll get hotter though. It'll get into the 40s soon. Won't be long.
Well, the just me is the way they portrayed what went on in Ottawa on the mainstream news was just a farce. The problem is most of the general public don't know that. Yeah. But there's more and more people figuring it out.
I had a quick look at what was going on in mainstream media at that time, and it was like here they were just painting it in a bad light, and they're sitting there going, "That's not what happened." And then all the full-on shit that happened, they covered up pretty much and made it look like it was the protesters causing problems.
Yeah,
but
well,
same shit happened here.
Yeah, it's like when they were doing the hearings up there, and it was 4 women, I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I believe it was 4 of them that were working with the police department trying to bring guns and shit in.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
It's 4 like, people? Okay, where the hell, what the hell's up with that? Why weren't they charged? Officer or police officer or not, they were breaking the law. So
exactly.
Charge them up. And actually, they're breaking the law more than one because they were trying to set people up is what they were doing.
That's collusion. No, what the fuck's the word?
Conspiracy. Entrapment. Conspiracy for entrapment.
Yeah.
And using it under the color of law, which in the United States will really get you spanked. I don't know about Canada, but you guys got Trudeau up there in Canada, so that guy's got to go. Absolutely got to go. Huh? Imagine that, Michael.
Yeah, I was just reading that comment. Doesn't bloody surprise me though. Shit.
No, doesn't surprise me at all. Yep, absolutely nuts.
This is the first time I've been on your channel too.
Yeah?
Yeah. I really enjoyed the conversation we were having on Twitch the other night. It was great.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, well, it depends on what goes on here on YouTube. I've been keeping myself fairly censored and low key on YouTube, but on Twitch, I might get a little more antsy. That's what everybody's waiting to see. They're waiting to see me blow more.
Well, it was a great conversation the other night.
Yeah,
because we could just say what we wanted to without fear of being reprimanded in some way.
I will say that there's always not any fear because I don't know what the limitations of Twitch are.
Yeah, but there are some limitations, but there should be reasonable limitations and things sometimes.
Yeah, reasonable. But who decides reasonable anymore?
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying the things going on, I think, right now, and the reason a lot of these stuff hasn't been taken down, and I haven't gotten a strike nor Diego. I think they pretty much shut their censorship department down, and which tells me that maybe it wasn't inside YouTube, but coming from the outside, from the three-letter agencies and the DNC.
I've been suspecting that for quite some time.
Oh, so have I. Well, I knew it ever since Dr. Shiva's stuff, but you can't. You almost got to beat somebody over the head to say, "Hey, take a look at this."
Yeah, and even then they're reluctant. Yeah, you're right there, Michael. You're bang on as usual. How's Melissa, Michael? There's a lot of crazy shit happening in a lot of countries right now. Everywhere. Brazil, Canada, here, States, everywhere. Oh shit, really, Michael? One of them was a principal. Ooh. That's definitely not good. Is she cooking cheesecake? I still remember that cheesecake. Looked damn good.
You're doing great, Bill. Good to see you.
We got the blue pill.
Wow, they were teachers.
Gray pill.
That's cool. Wow. Well, there's going to be crazy stuff going on all over the place, Michael. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
Absolutely no doubt about it whatsoever.
There's a lot more crime happening in New Zealand on a daily basis too now. Way more than has been in a while. It's just been escalating since the beginning of this whole situation. And now it's just out of control.
Jump on up, great. The thing is that it crime in that case? What Michael's posting, or is it retaliation?
I think it might actually be retaliation, not actual crime.
Yeah. Well,
I think.
depends
I
on how you
think
look at it.
I haven't looked at the finer details. Michael will know.
You too, Gray. I hope you have a good holidays too, buddy. You guys do Gray Pill Podcast has some really good content down there.
I'm gonna have to sub up.
Yeah, he definitely got some good stuff. How you doing, Gray?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
How you doing today? I better take this down.
I just subbed up to your channel, so.
I appreciate it. The goal is 1,000. That's an inside joke.
Oh man. Gotta have goals, buddy. Gotta have goals.
Yeah. If I hit it twice, I'm talking a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Let me go get my boot.
You got 920 at the moment, so come on, man. You should be able to get 80 pretty quickly within. I don't know. You could push it a bit more.
I'm sorry, Drip. I didn't hear you.
You've got 920 subscribers at the moment.
Yeah. It's a rough road out there. It's a rough.
Wow, check that out.
You from police and cops raided the house. It was all freedom movement. And I was like,
yeah, that does like set up so they can attack the freedom movement. Wouldn't surprise me one bit in the least.
Yep.
But I mean, when you got teachers going back after the police, that should tell you something.
Yeah, because they're not criminals. They're not your typical criminal type
not as of yet. What teachers going to be the next terrorists or what?
Yeah.
Domestic terrorists, I should say.
That's my point. They're not your typical stereotypical characters for, quotes, criminals, air quotes.
Well, I guess I need to look into it and see. I don't want to make a judgment on it because I haven't read and seen what the whole situation was.
Yeah.
But just the fact that that's happening is quite telling, and that should be opening up some eyeballs. But you can't fix stupid overnight. Well, you can't fix stupid, period. But
that's true.
Stupid is a permanent state of mind.
It seems like it's a religious culture for most.
Yeah.
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 I would agree with that.
They got that cult down right real good.
Yeah, no handbook. You're in.
Yeah. Let's see how ignorant we can be today.
Yeah.
And it's a free club to join.
Yeah, come on in, brother. You're welcome.
I caught your one with the guy from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't too bad. I guess it wouldn't be my cup of tea, but there's a lot of people doing it, though.
What do you usually cover?
Just pretty much anything. I try to focus on trending topics and conversations. Pretty much anything that moved me. So it was some interesting conversation between me, Lead, and Brett a couple of days back. I think twice. The first time when I met him, and then the other day. That was a good conversation. I just never had the chance to clip it from Brett's end. And then another interesting topic I had written down. Someone had a conversation it was about, so I figured this would be a good topic. Side hustle versus passive income. Because seemed like they know the difference.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
I don't obey.
How's it going, Huey?
The thing with like Gray Pill, he's a much more structured podcaster, whereas I'm just off the cuff.
Yep.
Mine's just a panel where we just talk about the shit that's going on.
Yeah. Well, having structure and also doing it in the way that you do it as well. I mean, both are good,
Well, yeah. I mean, you never get the red balloon stuff, but I'm sure Gray Pill remembers the red balloon.
Yeah. That's gonna be a conversation I want to add to on my end. That was a good conversation.
Yes, it was. News flash about the news, huh, Michael? Let me take a look here, see what we got.
I'm hearing quite a bit of hum. I think it might be coming from Gray Pill's side, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you got a hum going on there, Gray. What's up with that?
Oh, it's me. My bad. I just muted it.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Sounds like I'm under grow lights or something and getting ready to grow.
Huh.
Hey, Fry.
Hey, Big D.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Yes, it is that silly season.
There seems to be some differences in what's being reported about what went on. How you doing, Big D?
That shouldn't surprise you, right?
Well, but they're both mainstream news, so who do you believe?
Exactly.
That's another thing about this instant news stuff. They don't check their facts.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really do any major research when it comes to most things actually these days.
Well, that's why I try to reserve commenting on that stuff until you get most of the information out there, and then you can figure out what's really the truth and what isn't.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Marjorie.
Which one? The one that Michael posted there, Big D? Is that what you're talking about?
Have you seen the new Raw in Canadian Robert?
What's that, Gray Pill?
Oh, no, I was reading what his question.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember you, Drip. Are you the one with the squeaky chair?
No, that's Hector, but Drip's got a squeaky chair too.
Okay, everybody about the oil can. All right.
Thanks for that.
No, Hector's in Colorado. Drip is in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay. It's New Zealand this time of year.
It's summer, 21 degrees Celsius. It's usually a lot hotter now, but weather hasn't been normal for most of this year. Strange.
That's pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. Weather patterns are all weird, and Christmas is very different due to everything that's happened in the last 2 to 3 years.
All right, now I just had a whole conversation with somebody in Christmas. So, do you believe in Santa?
If I had young kids, I'd be saying yes, but they're young adults now, so Christmas is just another day. Used to be about celebrating a certain religious beliefs if you had those beliefs.
You
But
don't.
now it's just become about what you can get.
Fries asks, "Where the hell is Hector?"
I don't know. I haven't seen him, Fries. I haven't seen him.
Drip, do you know the history of Christmas and Santa?
Well, no, not really. Like,
Okay.
I do.
I might, but because you get told so many different things over the
No,
years.
the real history, not that we ain't talking about no magical fat fat man coming out of the chimney eating the cookies.
No magic tricks there, Gray. No magic tricks.
But there are a few different stories on a few different versions of the real story too. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what's name one?
Well, I'd need to reread again, but like the guy called Saint Nick. That was like, and there's a couple of different versions. One's got a Catholic sort of swing to it. The other one doesn't.
Yeah.
So, which one do you take?
Well, you said several, so I figure you remember at least one. The one I know of is that he wasn't a very nice guy. He's pretty much doing things the opposite of what the stories they telling now, and it's pretty much a lot of people believe it's a pleasant holiday overall. So me and another guy had a conversation where he's like, he got a father in his life. The only person he should be believing that giving him gifts every Christmas is his father, not some fat jelly man put down chilies.
Right.
I'm like, fair enough.
It's got freedoms in the house.
How you doing, Scott? Good to see you. I was looking back farther than that there, Grape Hill, where it to me that's kind of mythology.
Mm-hmm.
The actual holiday itself, from what I understand, was actually a pagan holiday at one point in time. Okay. And when the Romans come in, they took it kind of took over the day and used it to convert people to Christianity.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Well, which is much more plausible.
Yes.
But never let things be colored in a way that can't be used for propaganda. So, exactly. how long that shit's been going on.
That sounded like a good conversation too.
Yeah. Oh, you want to watch though, boy? People get hot when you start bringing religion in there.
Oh yeah. If you want to segregate a room, that's a real fast way to do it.
Yeah. Well, don't forget to post your link there, Scott. Definitely post your link up, buddy. Don't be afraid to. Big D, were you referring to that video that I posted on my Rumble channel? I'm assuming that's what you're referring to.
Oh, you be on Rumble?
Yeah, I'd been slowly kind of thinking around with that, but I don't do much over there at the moment.
That's good. I know it's like the hot thing. I keep hearing a lot of bigger content creators talking about.
Well, it's to get away from the censorship here on YouTube, and, Twitter and stuff like that. And like I did a Twitch thing the other day with me, Drip, and MBC, and it would have certainly gotten me struck here on YouTube, or at least I thought it would have. I think they're putting their censorship department on hold for a while until they see what's going to happen. because I mean, there's legit stuff that needs to be censored. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But not. You should be able to have an open discussion about several topics that seem to be a no-go for the big tech platforms. You know, like the whole COVID and the elections and all that stuff. They don't want you having any open conversations about that stuff.
Or any sort of medical procedure, you can forget talking about that on YouTube. You know what I mean by that. I'm just sort of speaking in code because we are on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, Big D. That's what I thought you were referring to. I don't. Have you seen that there, Gray Pill?
What's that?
The links that they're going at now with the whole CB19 stuff with kids and stuff.
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, here, hold on. Let me get you. I'll get you a link and you go look at this video.
I thought crap. They just keep coming up with new stuff.
Oh, this will absolutely disgust you, dude.
A lot of it isn't actually new either.
I didn't want to post it over here. I posted it over on my Rumble channel, but
Yeah, you can private, and I'll look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it too.
That's crazy. All right.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. All right.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Good on New Zealand.
No, I didn't hear that, Rick. That ought to may be interesting. Not that I think it'll do them much good there, but I don't know.
Oh, Yui. Good to see you, man. How you feeling?
They must be having sound problems.
Stop trying to talk through the ice cream cone and pick up the mic.
Microphone was not on the position. So that video is up on YouTube on the GTV channel.
Oh, imagine that.
He's an Australian journalist, I think, and he has posted that 2 days ago, and it's still up. So
wow,
there's something going on. That video is still going on YouTube. So
hold up. So I'm at 1 minute and 20 seconds in, right? So what did they do to the baby?
They come and took the baby.
Okay.
The baby has to have a surgery, and they don't want the baby being exposed to the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good enough for them.
So they just took it just to be taken it up?
Yeah.
I'm still watching. Hold up. I'm in my feelings.
Yeah, watch the whole thing, and then you'll be like, holy fuck. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
The thing is, they had everything organized. They had people with pure blood donating blood and stuff like that. They had everything organized on their own. But the doctor said, no, we don't do that. And then they took them to the court. And the Supreme Court called them for abusing the child.
Yep.
It's fucking insane, that is.
Yep.
Made me cry, it made me angry, it made me all sorts. Yeah, because as a parent, you know.
It makes you snap, man. It makes you snap.
2 minutes in,
it's fucking crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, this is bugged out. Oh, my God. It's a lot.
To be honest, I heard about that story last week, I think.
I don't think it was last week.
I didn't knew that they got took to the Supreme Court. I didn't knew that. I just knew about that the doctors said no, we don't do that. That's what I knew. That message I got last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
All I say is they ought to be glad it wasn't me standing there.
I think the court thing was a recent thing.
Yeah.
Because the Ministry of Health.
That's messed up, bro. I'm like saying she's like at this point, like he's been very logical saying what he said. I guess it's the father, whoever, but the woman, whatever happens after this, it's gonna be causing conflict between them two, and nobody.
Oh, absolutely.
That's crazy.
Look at the nurse. Even the nurse is crying. The nurse is crying, taking the baby from them.
It's because they know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's like what, 5 cops in there? That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. They knew what they were going to do. They didn't have 5 cops in there just to sit there and chit chat. They knew what they were going to do. And just like that one cop said, he says, "Well, I don't really want to be here either." Well, why the hell are you? Why are you enforcing something you don't believe in, then, guy? That would have been my question to him. Of course, I wouldn't have had, that'd have been my kid. I wouldn't have had questions.
Exactly. I totally agree with your response, because your response is the response of a typical parent, in my view.
Yo, my man said this is something you need to negotiate with them. Yo, I got to negotiate my child with y'all.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucked up, hey?
Yeah.
Taking a parent's rights, right? That's just wrong.
Oh, now you're trying to play the deflection. Hey, just know that I'm a parent too. What that mean? Because I know if somebody did that to your kid, you're gonna have the same reaction.
Well, hell yeah.
Reaction. That's crazy. Shut the hell up.
And check out the thing I sent you on Telegram, Robert. Canada changing the laws about protesting.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's fucking crazy, man.
I see another lady with black and she's holding the baby. That's her baby?
Yeah, I'm assuming, yes.
Okay.
The thing is that every Western country, Western government turning into dictations. That's the fact.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The European Parliament, they blocked the money for they blocked the money for the Hungarian country. I think 18 billion they blocked because they accusing them for corruption and stuff like that. You got to be fucking kidding me, man.
Imagine that.
The whole freaking European Parliament is corrupt, and they're calling the Hungarian out. Are you kidding me?
Oh, grab her baby. I don't blame you. They taking babies. Hold on to your baby.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Hold on to your baby.
And right there, Rick Nelson makes a point. You can refuse a blood transfusion on religious grounds, but if you're pure blood or don't have the jab, can't ask for pure blood. Can't ask for somebody that's not been jabbed.
No, you get treated like a criminal.
Yeah.
Get treated like a criminal.
Obviously, you get your kid taken away.
Yeah. When I first heard about it, the headline was the child was actually going to be removed and put into child services.
No.
That was when I first heard about it, but that quickly changed because obviously people jumped up and down about that because that was wrong.
Well, so is this.
Yeah, so you'd expect more people to be jumping up and down, and I think that's going to occur.
Well, it's the slow drip towards tyranny, guy.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, a little push here, a little push there, and people become getting used to it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Try that shit over here in the United States 50 years ago and watch what would have happened.
Oh fuck! The cops wouldn't have even done it. They would have.
No, because they wouldn't be able to show their face in public.
Yeah, the cops would have been the first ones to go, no, fuck that, we're not doing that. That's wrong.
Yeah, all this shit reminds me on very, very, very dark years in German history, man.
Yeah. I know what you're.
What's going on here, man? That is exactly the same shit they started back in the 20s. Exactly the same shit.
Yep.
Step by step by step by step.
You are not the only one I've heard say that, Huey. I've heard quite a few people say that. It reminds them of that particular time in history.
Well, like I said, you can go around the WEF's website and read what they want to do. And they're doing it. Everybody says,
Have you
that's
seen
the hell it is. You can go read the shit.
Yeah, have you seen the video where they're talking about doing whatever you want to call it, a trial or like a training for the next pandemic? Have you seen that? The next pandemic is 2025. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Check that out. It's fucking nuts, man.
Well, they're going to use that. They've seen how they could use it to install their emergency acts and all this bullshit.
Exactly.
So they're going to hell bent for leather. I guarantee you. Next thing you know, they're going to have another oops somewhere in some lab somewhere in the middle of some third world country somewhere.
Yep.
And we're going to have all this bullshit all over again.
And that's why we have to stop all that shit, man. The further they go, the longer it goes. We have to be running out of control completely. There's nothing you can do anymore.
Well, you can, but the question is when are people going to wake up and actually see what's going on?
Everybody love ignorance, bro. Everybody love ignorance.
When a majority of people get very uncomfortable, like their lives actually get affected, that's when people go, fuck.
It's also cognitive dissonance. They don't want to believe it.
Yeah, exactly. They choose to close their eyes.
You know, it's like you're sticking your fingers in your ears going, singing, yeah, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. Until it happens to you.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these people that are supporting this bullshit don't understand. Just like Uwe said, they're next. If they think they're going to be immune from this shit, they are thinking very wrong.
I'm going to check that out, right?
And the European Parliament made it public yesterday or the day after, the day before, this freaking trial shit in Oxford. The freaking 15-minute cities. They made it public.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And nobody stands up. Nobody says, "Are you fucking kidding me? What is wrong with the freaking world, man?"
They're too busy going, "Oh, that's not true. That's not true." You know, it's fucked.
So you have to apply for leaving your zone, and you are just allowed 100 days a year to leave your 15-minute zone. But you have to apply and you have to get an approval to get out.
That sounds pretty familiar. I've heard about.
That's your Rumble name, R. Tucker D.
What's that?
It's your Rumble name, R. Tucker D.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm making an account and I'm adding you as the reference.
Yeah, Scotty, that's the very, very good question, man. Very, very good question. Because of the fucking climate propaganda they do, they can bring these 15 minutes freaking cities or 15 minutes whatever just tomorrow, you know.
Well, I know it ain't gonna fly around here. Ain't no way in hell.
You just reminded me, Greg Pelt, to subscribe on Rumble. So I went back and quickly did that.
Yeah, because I just saw one of the people I follow on YouTube, his ass over there. And I was like, okay. So it's giving options like I don't know why they added for my address. That might be part of it. I just gave my old address, so I'm good.
Yep.
It's saying it's optional, but it said if you were preferred to do this site by an existing member. So I just put Roberts on there just in case they probably give us little cool points or something like that down the line.
Yeah, who knows? My biggest thing is it's a backup in case this goes down. Which you shouldn't have to think that way, but you have to nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the last strike I got took down midstream for playing a news clip that was right from YouTube.
Jeez.
And they called it misinformation, but it was off a news station right here on YouTube.
I didn't even have that. I remember I played something probably like 2 hours long, and I was good. The only thing that I had they got me with, but they like paused my stream, and on my end through StreamYard, I'm thinking I'm still streaming live until people in the chat had to like either DM me or something like, "Yo, you're not showing. You just like a black screen," and it was
Yep.
like on and off. I was I forgot what
Copyright strike.
yeah, something like that.
Copyright,
Yeah, it was something like they was doing, but usually it was like whatever. So it was so I tried to fight through it. They did it like 2-3 times. So I screw it. We just go ahead and do final thoughts and end it like that. And then that was it.
Yep. Yep.
Learn.
Thanks, Rick, for that link. I think that's the one that Lee was talking about. I'm gonna have a better look at it later.
Here's what Big D's talking about too. You know, and here's the thing. It's like I said before. There are so many different things going on that it's you as a singular person, you can't keep up with it all.
No, you can't.
And
that's on purpose, right?
This digital currency thing. If that goes through, hang it up. We're done. They're gonna have the same thing they have in China, where they have social credit scores and all that bullshit. So if you don't toe the line, they'll just shut your money off. It's like in Canada.
They've already sort of done a similar thing here as well in New Zealand. So stupid idiots agreed to it. Bloody stupid idiots here agreed to it because they don't realize what it really is.
If they start a digital currency, we are lost. Then we are done. We are done.
They already have. What do you think the EFTPOS system's about? What do you think? All of them, they already have.
Yeah, but you can still use cash. But if they take that off, that you're not allowed to use cash anymore, then we are done, man. We are done.
Well, that's what's coming.
Well, yes and no, Uwe. This is why I tell everybody. You need to have strong local communities. Because what they're trying to do, like in New Zealand and the Netherlands and stuff like that, with destroying the farming, is what they don't want to have is people to be able to be self-sufficient.
Oh, hell no.
That's why they're going after the Amish over here.
That was shocking when I heard about that.
The Amish can be self-sufficient. They don't want that. They want you relying upon everything that the government says that they're going to do. It's like they're doing the UBI in Quebec, the Universal Basic Income. You want to talk about a joke? Holy crap! You know, and then you got now like I said, you got the protest things going on in Ontario. You got the farm things going on in many different parts of the world. You've got digital currency being pushed to every Western world. You now have a government dictating whether or not a serious medical procedure is going to be done to your kids. And if you don't allow it to happen, they'll come take your damn kid. And that's just the tip of the damn iceberg. That's not even the beginning of it all. You know, and you start throwing in this 15-minute city bullshit, and you start throwing in, basically, if you look at the very first video that the WEF put up, the very first thing it says, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. and they yanked that bitch down in a matter of hours because of the negative feedback that they got.
Yep, I saw that.
Exactly for the matter what happened with that baby in New Zealand. Exactly for that matter, they made the Nuremberg Codex, man. Exactly for that matter.
Exactly. You know, it's like when the cop says, well, I don't want to be here. I'm just doing my job. Well, guess what? We've heard that before.
Everybody said that here.
Yep.
We had to do our job. We didn't know what's going on to the concentration camps. Everybody said it.
Yeah.
They was living not even a mile beside the freaking concentration camps, and they thought that's all normal.
Yeah.
I got one question. All right, so in the naming part, it says free account registry, and on the right it says, because I put both names. How do I make it show? Because I just want to show the channel name. So is it on the left? Because there's a username on the right.
Don't get me the line. I've been so long since I've done that, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, it says provide a username. So I'm guessing username. I'll try.
Yeah, you gotta pick your username.
I'll try username.
That's why Rumble, in my opinion, isn't a good alternative at the moment because their stuff is so clunky.
Yeah.
It's too complicated.
It's not intuitive at all.
It's definitely too complicated.
Rumble is a pain in the butt to sit on.
But it's a good place
right
for
now,
knockouts.
I think right now Twitch is probably the best for live, but on Twitch you can't bring up all your videos and they stay on there. That's another thing.
Even if you download from Twitch to bring to there?
Yeah, you could do that for sure. That's why I think Rumble I'm just going to use as like a backup storage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know that I'll ever go live over there. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But
you're just going to use it as a depository, right?
Yeah. You know, for things that like I didn't really want to post that video over here because I wasn't sure if that would get me smoked or not.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy to think about what you're watching in that video and to be worried about whether you're going to get a strike because they don't think it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Well, that's the craziness.
That's what the damn news should be doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what real journalism would be covering that, right?
Well, like I said, there's just so much shit going on in different places that you can't even keep up with. It's like there's places in Australia that they pass that the police can forcibly give you the jab. I want to see that happen here because I know what they're forcibly going to get injected with themselves too. I got an injection for them.
Huh. That's true.
It's called hot lead, right?
I think they might be low on their some of their elements. Let's put it that way.
What state are you what state are you in, Great Bill?
Good old Alabama.
Alabama?
Okay.
All right. What's the situation down there?
My situation is people.
So is it more Democrats or is it more Republican?
Georgia, Alabama, Florida it's more Republican. Georgia just became it's like a year ago after the
it's a pretty hefty mix though, I would say.
But Florida's it's weird. Florida's half and half, but Florida will always favor the Republican side because even when no against any presidents, I don't want to make that a topic. But even when Trump was running for presidency, Florida had his back. and I don't want to get started on electoral votes with that, for instance. But yeah, Georgia just went blue not too long ago, and that's it. But overall, generally, Alabama is more liberal, uh, but it's opened its eyes to certain prospects. But it just got too it got too much it got too much history between Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. But now just become a lot of political stuff going on over here. But a lot of people between Alabama, Georgia. I will say Florida. I can't speak too much of it, Florida, because every time I hear in the news with Florida and New York, it's like those are the most craziest people ever. Too much stuff going on. Um, but they're trying to bring a lot of awareness.
Right.
Well, you look at it this way, though. They're doing everything they can do to make people divisive and separate, making everything a political. It's all about politics.
Right.
I don't care if it's race, gender, color, nationality,
Correct.
how big your ears are. It don't damn matter.
Correct.
No.
Everything's
It shouldn't.
political.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter at all.
Even with the current situation, I'm sure you heard about that with the trade off between Bretner and the whatever nickname they gave him, some Russian guy, supposed to be doing like 9 years plus, but they traded him out as a deal with the with the other parties with us just to get Brenner out, but we still got a soldier still locked up over there.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, that when I heard about that, I was like, "What the fuck? That
They're
makes
going-
absolutely no sense."
But for them, it makes sense because they're actually as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, they're going for the popular votes. That's really what they're going for. They're trying to sway the votes.
The thing is that they use every single topic which they want to have on the narrative. It doesn't matter if you take Black Lives Matter, you take whatever the Vogue shit, the LGBTQ whatsoever, and they propaganda it. And if you are on a different opinion, you are a freaking Nazi, you are a freaking tinfoil hat whatsoever. So there is only one opinion anymore. There is no other side. There's no opposition anymore. You have to go with it this way. Otherwise, you are divided. You are wrong. You are bad.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary, man. That happened here in the Third Reich. That's what happened here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it is even on YouTube, and I just just on a smaller scale. Like I think I was talking to Brett and Lead about this today. I was on a platform where just when I say if they say how high, the chat literally jumps. Like there was no free thinkers, there was no independent thinkers. That was a scary thought. Now look at that on a grander scale with political people and the news. If you say whatever, you'll have some closed-minded person just say, yeah, I guess that's it. Even with this, I didn't even see the other part of the news when the trade-off came. As soon as I saw this person, I said, there's another reason for this.
Yep.
There's another agenda. And then as soon as I made that comment, I posted too on my community tab, and then instantly I saw the news of the trade-off from that person, and then somebody in the comments said the same thing we're saying, like, yo, you know why they're doing this, right? This is why they're doing it. And then somebody's like, yeah, this is why they're doing it because of this. There's no reason to even, no disrespect to her, but she knew what the hell she was getting into versus
exactly
the person that is actually breaking their neck, serve that country, and that person's stuck. So that doesn't make any sense. I was like,
yeah, because I was told about that the other day, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you saw you was that guy who saw the shell moving in the carnival. Nobody else didn't see it.
Yeah,
that was too obvious, though. That was too obvious for me, and I don't even be into news like that. It's like, all right, somebody's swaying votes right now.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that disturbs me about all this shit is they really think people are that stupid not to see it.
Or they
Yeah.
don't care whether you see it or not.
Well,
You seen the movie V for Vendetta, Lee?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Perfect
yeah.
example. Perfect
Perfect
example.
example. But the outcome, though, is going to be the same, especially here in the States. You know, as far as like the Commonwealth countries, no, they've already been neutered.
Yeah, yeah.
What's happening here is, well, the pendulum's swinging the other way as it stands right now. But if they push too hard, they're going to see a wildfire go across this country like they ain't never seen. And that's the part that scares me, is because usually when that kind of shit happens, you end up in a worse off situation than you were in before. But we'll see. Hopefully the current Congress critters actually do what they're saying they're going to do. And there's a few other things in the background that are at play that I don't want to discuss because I don't know the details to them yet. But
right.
If those play down, holy hell, hang on to your ass.
Everybody should be aware if you have the fact that there is only one side, one opinion possible, that can't be freaking right, man. That it's freaking simple. It doesn't matter what it is. If you agree or not agree to the topic, you can't be the bad man because you say no. What's fucking wrong, man? It's crazy.
Because people have been propagandized, Uwe.
Yep. Exactly. People have been propagandized.
I mean, it's like I pointed out to people before. If you were to look at the actual voting areas of any state, the outcome versus what you see on that state are polar opposites. And that in itself should make people understand that we're being played, and we're being played hard.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them whether you're rich, poor, black, white, pink, purple, polka dot, gendered, whatever. They don't give two shits about the people.
Nope.
It's about their agenda and how much they can rake in. And they're all bowing down to these billionaire companies, which have no accountability whatsoever. You know, it's like I was telling people weeks ago when Facebook got nailed for election finance. Financial fraud for the election anyway. They get hit with 820 counts. They had to pay $35 million in fines. But not one single person went to jail. Now, if that had been us, that would have been breaking the law when it comes to election finance. We wouldn't see the light of day for the next 20 years.
Yep.
Exactly.
We'd have been charged with election tampering. Which is why I think all these people or these companies are shitting their pants with what Elon's releasing. Because it's proving that that's exactly what these big tech companies were doing.
Yeah, but nothing happened yet.
Yet, Uwe, yet. Remember, government moves slow and so does justice. Whether it comes or not is yet to be seen. But I got to hope that our system is strong enough to stand up and get through this shitstorm. Because if it doesn't, the alternative isn't very good.
Check that link.
Rob, just click on the three dots and go to channel and then sub. The link didn't work on my side, but I clicked on his name on the Grey Pill channel and I subbed it then. So the link doesn't work, Rachel.
Hold on, let me send it.
It's an unknown page.
Yeah, it's a dead link. You're gonna need to fix that. Because if you're not a mod, there's no way we'll get to your channel.
Right. Try that, Vic. And let me reboot because I think I'm frozen too.
I'll test it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
I said it several times, man. All this shit going on scares the shit out of me. With knowing our history, it scares the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, it sounds so much like, back in those times in Germany. It's not funny.
No.
Oh, that is everything else but not funny. I tell you that.
Yeah.
And everybody who is born here, doesn't matter if you're born in 25, in 45, in 60, or in 85, should know what's going on.
You'd be surprised how many people have forgotten their history or know a little bit about it but choose to ignore it.
Yeah,
They ignore
absolutely.
it, yeah, but that's the dangerous part. Back in the days, they ignored it too, because the people in the beginning, he did what he promised. They got work, the economy grown up, they had food, so people were agreeing to that shit. And now
Yeah.
these days, it's a different what you call it, a different situation. Most of the people are still living quite comfortable. They have
Yeah.
2 cars, they have freaking 5 TVs, they have freaking 3 cell phones, they have 3 times a year flying to Spain, to Turkey, wherever they fly to. So they're still doing good. So they ignore the shit because they say, what they're talking about, I'm fine.
Yeah,
They don't they don't look over the freaking red line.
Yeah, the same
It's
shit's
just
happening here. People are walking around town going, "Oh, I can get my food. I can get whatever." And we haven't lost anything. I'm like, you idiot! You bloody idiot! They're just not paying attention. They're choosing not to pay attention. Key point: choosing not to.
Well, it's not just a matter of choosing not to. Is some people grew up in an era or their time period where their world doesn't look like the same one we live in.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem as well. So it's very easy to dismiss a lot of things. I can understand why people would say, no, that can't be true, because it's so absurd. And if you've never been exposed to any of it, and the only place you've got your news from is the mainstream media, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, but on the other side, Robert, you can show them videos, you can show them evidence, and they don't listen.
As it said, it's easier to fool a person than it is to prove to a person they've been fooled.
Yeah.
That has been a truism since the beginning of propaganda, thousands of years. Most people don't want to admit that they've been fooled.
No, because they feel embarrassed and shit.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't even want to go down that road. That's a whole new level of dumbassery.
Yeah, when you figured out you've been played, you don't want to admit to it.
That's what, like, the whole coof thing going on. How many people don't want to admit to that just for the mere fact that they look like a dumbass?
Exactly.
I got to. Let me do this point because I got to leave in about 5 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
There's a German guy from the parliament, from the conservatives, and he had worked out with an statistics expert. They took official numbers from the government about the suddenly unknown deaths, and they made a statistics out of that from 2016 to 2020, and then 21 and 22. It's freaking shocking, man.
Oh yeah.
They are up to, in some cases, they are up to 1,400%. It's freaking insane. And that's official numbers. That's official numbers from the government.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy, man.
Yeah, they're still pushing statistics and numbers daily here as well. It's just,
But I read something today that the governor of Florida want to take the pharmacy companies to the court. So
yeah, yep.
That's what I read today on a report on Telegram, I think it was. So there is something going on. But then on the other
there's
side,
lots of things going on. It's just that people don't see them because it's not reported in mainstream news.
But the thing is the justice working? That's the thing.
That's yet to be seen, Uwe. Like I said, this has been going on for a while. We're not going to get out of it overnight. And remember, they got billions of dollars behind them to fight this stuff. So you're not talking weeks or days. It's going to be years. It's going to be years us getting out of this shit for sure. And as long as it's moving in the right direction, then that's fine. It's when it becomes a moot point that shit keeps going the opposite direction. That's when the proverbial shit's going to hit the fan,
Yeah.
Hooper, that's a very good point. What Hooper there is saying there. That's a very
That's
very very good point.
That's a definite good insight on society nowadays.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. I was just reading that as well.
But anyways, I got to go to the physicals. So if you're still
All right,
going, I
Uwe.
will be back.
You have a good one, buddy.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right, later, Uwe.
Yep. Oh, the Hum's back.
How? What would you say the political climate is down there, Gray?
The weather?
No, the political climate. Is it similar to what we're talking about on this board?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, because I know different parts of the United States definitely have different outlooks, but I don't know. It's been so long since I've been down where you're at that I really didn't think it'd be much different. But nowadays, you can never tell.
Like I said earlier, when with Drip, it got a lot of little wokeness, but at the same time, because I think we touched this last time when Manny chopped it up. People's got a little bit extra woke for no reason. That's been that's just been an issue that's been climaxing.
Right.
I don't know. It's like because I'm literally like maybe a 3.5 hour drive from Atlanta, Georgia, and this Atlanta is just like a whole different world from Georgia itself. And just for the last election, when it became blue for the first time out of God knows how many years and decades, that was like I guess a win. There are some people in certain parties actually working and striving to, I guess, get some ears in the right places. But only time can tell, because even with Mr. Obama, there was some agendas there, pushed to him, but you get those leverages, like, okay, well, I can't get this unless I do that. That's pretty much what I'd normally be seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're definitely right on what you said earlier, though, Lead. It's like you really have to. It's not. Don't reach out too far. Stay with your local first.
Yep.
Make it happen. That's the only way. You screaming out to the rooftops about what the state and then the country and the government, you reaching out too far. You're stretching too thin. But if you're here and you've been in the same neighborhood and family and all that stuff, and and you're invested in the community, why not invest that way too? Let me start talking to my neighbors. Let me start talking to the community. Let me start reaching out to church and stuff. Let me start, this is what I got. Let me start petitioning things and get that off the ground. You know,
Yeah.
they start running to you, hey, you want to be mayor? You know what? Let me just pump my brakes.
It's like, whoa,
No,
hold up.
yeah, because I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get that little clout, and then they're gonna be coming with me because they did that with what's that old wrestler? He was the governor of California. I want to say Lou Albano. Was that him?
He was run that again.
It was an old governor, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was another governor, but he was a wrestler.
Fuck.
Not California. You're thinking of Minnesota.
No, he
Jesse
was
Ventura.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The conversations I heard him have, and he was talking about on the corruption side.
Oh yeah.
Scary.
Yep.
Scary. He said they was offering him damn near everybody else's soul.
Well, that's the thing. That's what we got to get rid of is those dregs that are stuck to our. You know what? It's like I was talking before. When people use the word elite, I cringe. Just like when they use the word democracy, I cringe.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my opinion, what makes them elite? Because they have billions of dollars. That to me, that makes them parasites. Because I'm sorry, there's nobody worth that on this planet. What have they done?
That's a good point.
How have they moved society forward?
Parasites is a bit of description. That's a damn good point.
Well, when you can spend $1 million a day and never run out of money, there's a problem.
Yeah.
And I don't begrudge anybody. Everybody says, well, that sounds, communistic or whatever. Well, no. It sounds common sense. When you have corporations or individuals with more money than governments and more power, there's a real problem. And it's been becoming very apparent right now.
Yeah.
They control the news media. They control a substantial amount of the politicians. They control many NGOs that people don't see behind the scenes, and they will absolutely never run out of the ability to finance that kind of shit.
Yep. Corporatocracy, right?
Yeah. So that's a huge problem. When control of a local area should be at your local areas. I forget who I was explaining to. It might have been Brett, the Electoral College, because everybody shits all over that because they say, well, no, they're not really voting them in. Well, yes, they are. You just don't understand why that's put in there that way. That's another problem. It used to be in school you got educated how government works.
Yeah.
Well, now they don't want you to know how the government works. They want everybody, deaf, dumb, and stupid.
Yeah, that definitely should be in our part of our education because it's. I've seen some elementary schools like they'll pretty much is working you toward college level. By the time you get to high school, you pretty much like, let's try to work on the careers, actually learn real history. Let's actually work on like credit and stuff like that. Like it's not a lot. There's in some schools, but I think that's where the type of schools we need to have. You try to acclimate the children to be better fit in society, and credit, learning 401ks, real estate, anything future goals and business with finances and stuff like that because it's just learning how to build with one another because I don't see a lot of that at all.
Well, same here. The only education institutes that cover that sort of information here in New Zealand are boarding schools, and it should be across all education. It's not.
Yeah, our school system is just retarded and just too ignorant, too soft.
Yeah.
Um, that's why we
We have,
lost some like because I remember I did a one stream about school bullying, and I only did that based on this chick and what was going through her child, and I said, yeah, check this out. You know, a lot of people gave her great conversation, great insight, even solution based on a lot of points. And her outcome of it was she took her kid and was decided to homeschool her child. I'm like, that was the most dumbest move you ever done. You could have like relocated from another place, away from the school that you felt like your child was being potentially threatened all the time because the child was.
yeah.
Because she went every avenue, like the principal, whatever. They wasn't listening.
Mm-hmm.
So her solution was homeschool. And I'm like, that was stupid.
41 South. Good to see you, man. How you feeling today?
The the other things in society, like in that aspect too, though, it's all these little things going on that distract everybody in life from the major shit going on.
Yeah.
You're running around so much like a chicken with your head cut off that you really can't pay attention.
Yeah. And they're doing that on purpose too, you know? Playing all sorts of distraction shit so that you can't actually see what you should be actually dealing with, what is actually it stops you from prioritizing the real. So you get focused on the drama.
Well, absolutely. You know, it's like I said in Pennsylvania. I mean, they elected a potato head and a dead guy. Come on, that's insane. You know, you wouldn't believe that stuff until you see it, and obviously it's possible. Um, so how do people go and even vote if they don't know exactly what the hell they're voting for or who?
Yeah. Or if they don't
Especially
even
the
know
only
what
thing
the
you got to go on is what you see in mainstream news.
or if they don't even know what the real issues actually are. You know, like the core issues for society as it stands right now. And that, you know, regardless of what country you're in, you can't make good decisions if you don't know what the hell the real issues are.
Well, and they're not telling the truth about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in this country don't know that there's a Supreme Court thing that's looks like it's going to go through, and if it does, it could end up in the removal of 300 some odd representatives and congressmen out of Washington D.C.
That can't be a good thing.
Well, yes and no. It depends on what happens. And that's been kept very quiet. Very few people know that that's even going on. You know, as I said, but how does any singular person keep up with all this stuff? You know, I mean, I only know the surface of a lot of this stuff. I don't know the details because I would literally spend 24/7 doing nothing but reading.
Yeah. Reading and research.
And yeah, there's no way I'd be able to do anything else. Let alone, you know, have a panel where I could sit here for a couple hours and actually talk about the shit.
Yeah. Oh, you know, like when I'm, you know, that's like for me, like I spend a lot of my day actually just reading over shit, and you can't keep up with it all.
And then you have the next dumb thing come along, which distracts everybody from everything, kind of like that woman with her child.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, there should have been 10,000 people in front of that hospital the next day.
Yeah. Or within a few hours, because you can't spread that information out that quick. Well, with the new cyber rules, maybe not, but you get the point.
And there's another problem. A lot of people say, well, I got mine, to hell with everybody else.
Yeah. Yep.
And it says, I try to get across to them, well, you know what? You're not immune to what's going on either. If you think you are, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah. They're too busy thinking, I'm okay, so screw you. It's like, what?
Yeah, until it's you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's become another problem, not just in this country, but across the planet.
Yeah.
Is
exactly.
People's indifference to other people. That's a huge problem.
You can forget the love of thy neighbor, right? Which is to support your community. That's pretty much dead and buried.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not exactly true across the board, because I still, even if I don't know a person and they need help, I still try to help them as much as I can.
Yeah. It starts with a conversation.
Pardon?
Exactly.
I said it starts with a conversation.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. Starts with a simple, hi, how are you going?
Well, it's like, stopping and giving somebody a hand, changing a tire, or seeing if they're all right or anything.
Correct.
Nobody does that anymore, hardly. I can't tell you how many cars I pulled out of the ditch this past winter, which, cost them nothing for me doing it, but would have cost them, a couple $100 if they'd had to call a tow truck.
Yeah.
And stuff like that people don't understand. That's where your community comes in.
Yeah, exactly. I've got limited resources myself, but if I can help somebody, I will. And it doesn't matter who the hell it is. Like here physically, and I try to do the same thing online too. Because it's just how I am.
And we need to get back to that, I think. We need to start giving a shit about our communities.
Yep.
Because we got to fix that there first at the local level before we can even begin to take on the state and federal.
Yes, sir. And once you get that sucker down tight, guess what's going to happen? Nobody can help. You can start slowly moving up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got your city, your state down pat, you're pretty much solid at that point.
Well, yes and no. Our problem is right now is the cities are so large that they're actually starting to do what our founding fathers didn't want to happen, which is the cities running the country. It was never supposed to be that way, hence why we have the Electoral College. But now with population densities, that's been kind of reversed. And we need to address that as well. That's why the Democrats or whatever, the liberal, well, I shouldn't say the Democrats or the liberals, the people with ill intent like to bandy about the word democracy, when democracy is not what we have, never have had. And they don't understand why democracy is a bad thing. But that goes back to hearing it so many times on TV and in the news and out of politicians' mouths that they think, well, that's what we are. Well, no, we're not. We never have been. But what do? That's the thing. You can only inform so many people at a time. That's like with these panels. I talk to people, and it's slowly getting people from different places and more people. You know, come up and get, oh, it's like Gray. You know, I mean, I met you what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. You know, and you're active in what you're doing, so that's another channel that, you know, you may start rubbing on some of the subjects that I rub on.
Yeah, and it's some there. It's some there. But my thing is, yeah, because my thing with that is long as I know there's another open-minded thinker or just a critical free thinker. I'm not gonna say critical, as most people, you know, I'm gonna combine those two.
Yeah.
I totally get where you're coming from on that one.
Yeah, because when you say critical, everybody all over the place. There's just too many reaction to reaction. Like, come on.
Yeah. Everybody gets butthurt on some level. You know, it just takes on a whole other life and meaning.
Oh, it does. I was on a panel like that. It wasn't nothing political, but it was a conversation, but it was so many reactions with three people just, and I was just like, okay, I guess I just stand here and look cute. And finally, I got a word in, and then the first thing came out was like, it's a lot of long stroking here with their thoughts. So, but yeah, and I just said my little bit. It took like 30 seconds, and then on again. I was like, oh. Now you got me like a smart ass in a private chat, like, yo, can we do the puff path with the conversation, please?
Please.
Well,
there's another part too, is having the right people so you can have a constructive conversation.
True.
But
have you ever noticed though? It's like, okay, let's just say you had a full panel of 10, right? And it's just loud and everybody.
Oh, no.
Just hear me out. Let's just say we had a that type of environment, like I just said earlier, but you'll take one of them out and bring them here. Now they will be forced to have a conversation like that in that manner.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works out. But if all of them is all reacting, it just chaos with the conversation. There's no message, there's no solution, there's no nothing. Just ongoing.
It's got no flow. It's just erratic.
Yeah.
I've seen it so many times. It's like, oh, avoid that with a passion. You know, it's just damn. You can't get a viewpoint across. You can't actually have what I would call a decent debate, because there's nothing wrong with debate.
Yeah. Well, but people need to understand what that word means, because
absolutely.
If you get too emotional, you already lost. Like, why are we even conversating? You can have 10 points all day, but the fact you're too emotional and erratic with it, you lost. Nobody's trying to hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, well, then you're arguing from a point of emotion and not a point of fact.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem we have nowadays.
You very rarely actually see or hear a real debate these days.
True. I agree with that.
You can't. That's like I try to limit. I shouldn't say I try to limit. Most people won't. A lot of people won't come up and engage me in a debate, especially if it's something I'm very well versed in. But if you get more than 5-6 people on a panel, and even at 5 or 6, they better be some intelligent people.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because if not, forget it.
Because it's like spinning your wheels in the snow.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm laughing at them. I seen that happen. It was a 101, and I don't know. I don't remember the topic conversation, but the guy was just sounding everything just word salad. Like he was just trying to sound like he's intelligent. A lot of word salad. And the woman, she was just giving a whole bunch of facts. She was on point with stuff. And at that point, I'm in the chat like, you know, just stop. Just please stop. Don't no more talking. No talking.
Because I can actually enjoy a good debate. You know, like you can learn a lot from a good debate from both sides of an argument. Yeah,
it don't have to be a right or wrong side. Just two opposing sides.
Yeah,
go from there. Heck, there's been great debates where people can agree to the same thing, but guess what? We'll just be on opposing sides to see how this goes.
Yeah, for sure.
And you hardly ever see people doing something that like strong manning. You hear a lot of straw manning, but not a lot of strong manning, and that shows real intelligence when you can grab an opposite argument and actually restack their points just to make sure that you've got their points right, so that you can actually have a decent debate about each point. It very rarely happens. You ask people about strong manning, and they go, "What's that?" It's the complete opposite to strawman.
Well, the other thing too is we being the platform that we're on. Maybe it's not so much at this moment, but in the past, you couldn't even broach a lot of topics in a meaningful way. If you were questioning the narrative that was being put out, it didn't matter which side of the street you were on, you were getting smoked.
Yeah, that's wrong.
So how do you even have those types of things spoken about when you're being censored for it?
That's true.
Yeah.
And
one thing I would like to bring up now is, this censorship issue has been around a lot longer than the past 3 years.
Oh, for sure. It's just been a slow creep. It's been a slow creep until 2020. And just as soon as they had the opportunity to start saying, well, we can't have disinformation or misinformation or whatever kind of something that wasn't following the narrative.
Yeah.
They shut down tons of good conversation about things. If you can't talk about it and it doesn't hold up against being scrutinized, then there's a problem.
Yeah. Well, it's like what my grandmother would say: if you can't talk about it, you can't learn about it. And if you can't learn about it, then you end up being an idiot.
Closed mouth, don't get fed.
Exactly.
No, absolutely not. The thing about, like, with these panels, even when I'm doing, they're just off the cuff.
Yeah.
I still have no shortage of people that will come up and have good opinions, even if I disagree with them. But they're usually laid out in a reasonable manner, and they can have a decent debate. Although that's become a lot less than usual. Nowadays, it's more of details versus actual reality. People would disagree on details, but the overall thing is we agree on what's going on.
Or it's become more about opinion rather than fact.
Well, that's a testament as to how propagandized stuff is.
Yeah.
And how censorship has played a role in that.
Yep. Totally.
You can take any topic that, as long as it doesn't include the current medical procedures or the past elections, and you can have that. Even if it's completely wrong. It's like the other day someone said, well, the earth is flat, and they were using it as a joke.
Oh, no. Not this again.
Well, no, but that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the truth. Totally.
You can debate the most absurd shit, and that's okay, but touch on anything that's meaningful in people's lives, and then, we got to... I'm actually surprised that they haven't... Well, I shouldn't say that. If it wasn't for the things going on in the background right now, we wouldn't be able to talk about what they claim to be 15-minute cities, or the fact that that woman's child, in my opinion, was basically kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because I actually wanted...
And their parental rights were being usurped by a law, by a system.
Yeah. And I actually wanted to do a panel just on that aspect, because how do we allow that to go on? It didn't happen here, but who's to say it couldn't?
Exactly.
And for that matter, who's to say it hasn't? It's not been shown, wasn't videotaped. Um, you don't know.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it on that level as well.
That's like when Gray, you were doing that. You had that panel about that girl that went down to Mexico with all them other ones. Um, and you guys could actually talk about the details and the nuances and all that thing.
Yeah.
But you can't do that on a lot of topics.
No.
Um,
And it needed to be had too, because that's one thing. Like I'll see other panels, the ones I ventured out to, and I'll see them. They'll just well, especially with the one with Rike, and there's another one with some ladies. They have went out too and ventured out. They'll give like life experiences, and he's the main guy. The recent one I interviewed, he's the main guy. His whole channel's about that. He breaks down news articles, anything pertaining to that country. He just don't go out there like, hey, I got a hot girl next to me, so hey, let me show you the nice food. I'm doing.
right.
It's everything. Even down, he even vlogged his experience with. He had the the C-19 when he supposed to be transitioning from there to go back to Cali, and he thought he prepped it so well. And when he got in there, he said it had to been something in that room that gave him that, because he said this whole time he was in that country, he was fine. He never had no symptoms. He never had it at all. And it was just when he was in that room, because you're supposed to, like, I don't know if they're still doing it, but he's like, the transition was like, hey, if you're leaving out, you're supposed to self quarantine, and it's supposed to be a specific spot. So they get a hotel for you. You're there for like I guess it was like 7-10 days. And then from there, then after you're done, and then they'll test you. Then if you're clear, you can move on to the airport and, welcome to America. Same thing if the opposite. If you're coming from there, going to Pacific country. Once you get to the country, after you could already checked yourself, got your shot, because first was the jab first, get all the jabs, then get there and all that first, and then you quarantine there for whatever time they have set for you in a designated hotel, and then after the days is up, then they'll check you and leave. But when he went into that hotel, I think like day 2 and 3, he caught the symptoms, and then like boop, you got it, and he was like documenting everything as it transpired. And so, but when it was done, he also gave solutions like, look, use fresh air. Don't trust the aircon. I don't know if the filters haven't been changed. If if anything, he's like, I just pretty much had the windows open, trying to get as much fresh air as I can. Yep. He was talking about experience, like how when people, how they was treating him when he came there. It's like it was like he had the plague of Ebola. They'll put the food I'm telling you, he had me dying. It was messed up. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was praying for him, but it was messed up. I had to be laughing when you tell the story. He said they'll put the food at the end, knock at the door, or put something at the end of the doorknob to let them know, like, hey, there's food there. And he'll just open up the door and food will be there. He's like you couldn't barely see him. They'd be all the way down the end of the building and turn the corner. I was like, man. He be on it with the conversations. He be on
similar experiences were documented and had here too.
Yeah, this is when it was from the time because I'm thinking like he was a pro, right? Like, because he said he was in the army and stuff and, served. I'm really thinking like this guy pro, but when the interview, it was something I never heard him say doing any of his content. He was like, hey, he left. He had a relationship with one person. They left together from one state, then went to the country, and then that relationship didn't work out. He would just almost a sitting duck. So he would just figure things out as it go. And one of his original hangouts was actually the Providence, the jungle side, the Philippines, and he would just working out as it goes. So he just started making documentaries as the videos, like, talking about everything, the experience that he got there, what's going on now, what's the plans moving forward, and then that was it. And he'll just another one as another one. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that. He's like, yep. He said it was he said, I'm not gonna say it was a bad or worse experience, he's like, but it was a very interesting experience there. And he's like, I learned a lot from it. And that was it. Right. I told him I literally used you as a blueprint. Between him and 2 other guys, it's on the same way. They talk about the expenses of what it would cost you, monthly, what to look out for each bill. They even just have conversations about it, like, hey, the water, whatever. If you're using, because some people there actually have like vehicles. There's some how much the gas it was take to use for there. Majority of the Philippines, technically most people don't even, they don't even use cars or trucks, depending if they're more further outward than inward toward the city, because the city is more congested. And even then, it's like, hey, I'd rather just take their version of a taxi was a jeepy. You take their version of their taxi after that, or depending where you're living at, you could just walk. Some
Right.
use bikes. So it just he gave a lot of options on it. So with all between him and two other few other people that's in that little space he in, they have these topics on their own channel. Like, great blueprint. It's rare they have like the hot chicks with them or the women. Is more information based. Is more solution based. And even if they have, then it's more. Then you have like more buddies. Like one guy, like how we're chopping it up. They have two guys there sipping on some coffee or some Joe, and just be sitting and just talking about their experiences with the girlfriend, the wife, or whoever, and give you your their intake on how the culture, the communication. And I was like, wow, they're hitting a home, because I remember it was three. I was pen paling with, via FaceTime or voice back and forth, or just conversating and just messengers. Everything they were saying was on point. It was one guy on this TV show. I don't like him, period. But Big Ed, everything he was just complaining and arguing, like, yeah, you need to like me, and I'm like, you. And I'm feeling like everybody else, like, yeah, you so American. You're so American.
Oh my gosh.
Susie hopped his little chubby self up there playing. Said, "What do you think about me?" And she was like, "Yeah, you look great." He's like, I'm supposed to look more than great. It's like, yeah, you my man, you my king. And I'm like, bro, calm down.
Yeah, don't get it.
Oh, dude.
Like, you there. Like, let it go. You there. And he was still a jerk the whole time. Like, I was like, man, I learned a lot just from his dumb mistakes. I was like, yo, what are you doing right now?
Well, that's why I said before there was a serious lack of Darwin Awards anymore. We have a problem in society. The bell curve is definitely being slanted.
Oh yeah, it's just about being reversed.
So what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be back 1 second, guys. I got to hit the John.
Oh, no problem. Wash your hands.
Take your time, dude.
Yeah, take your time real good. Wash your hands.
Now I'm gonna come back and touch all over you there, Gray.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no, we're in trouble.
Well, technically me. He said he's gonna give that real virus out.
No, I'm gonna have to have a look at your podcast stuff, because it sounds interesting.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. We're the conversation a while about let me go down the magical list. It was a topic with the famous rapper The Sun. The Sun wanted $6,700. He said $6,700 a month wasn't enough. That was a good conversation. Passport women, passport bros, a woman that was talking about BDSM and her sexual natures. Had an interview with a prostitute. She was very transparent. We had a conversation about respect versus fear.
Yeah.
Culture appropriation. That was a good conversation. And just to help out the little, the YouTubers out there, was doing demonstrations about how to make a YouTube banner. I'm gonna do another one about on the algorithm, because there were just some people just was literally killing my brain cells. I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. So according to them, if I'm not subscribed to you, if I'm subscribed to you, that's the only way we're gonna see each other on YouTube. That's not true.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah. That was so ridiculous. And I literally found two simple steps. One, the scientific breakdown, if you're a big mathematic guy, about 4 minutes breakdown of it. Then another one, a guy actually did a great graph of the algorithm and his take on it. And I was like, thank you.
Well, I'm a really technical guy, so I would love that.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely do that this week because I was like, this is crazy because I don't get it. I don't get how they don't get it. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah,
Like
well,
I'll understand if it's all the little technical stuff because like if like it was I don't know if it was like a Brett somebody else. He's a real some guy was on there. He's a real techie guy, and him and Brett had was said something about StreamYard. I didn't know. I said cool. I get that little stuff like that, little bells and whistles, great. But anything else, all that extra stuff like this, to when it comes to the formula with just the algorithm, yeah,
yeah.
that's how you need to conversate about and figure it out. That's a
If you're technically minded, you enjoy it. So that's the thing that I would really enjoy, because I'm a guy who's got 22 years of IT experience. So that's my thing. Technical things, understanding the back end of things is what I enjoy.
Oh yeah, I would love to have that. I had one guy, but I like I said, it was you. You make you sound like you talk. You got some pretty good talk, right? Like I was like, okay, cool. I can ask you a question. Same thing was another guy that was on Brett the other day. Him too. There's one guy I came across. He was saying he IT for 20 years, but he had the worst mic ever.
Oh, I can't stand that.
Well, he got under the hood now. The under the PC, he got like what 5-10 grand under the hood, and I'm like, what's up with the mic? He's like, yeah, it's I paid about $40 from it. I said, what kind is it? So he showed me. I'm looking it up on YouTube, and like while we're on the stream, I'm listening to the other ear about it, and I'm like, bro, that's the worstest mic ever. Why would you get that? I said, you literally have to pretty much like make love to it, got your lips to it before you to actually talk. And he's like, well, this is all I can have. I said, well, they got an upgraded version of that trashy mic you got, and that's actually $40. I said, do you do your homework on mics? I said, I said, hell, the Yetis is pretty much the go-to if you want to start anything out.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as soon as you started talking about mics. I was thinking Yeti straight away.
Yeah, that's the go-to, and they got 3 versions. I got the badass one, the nice little pill big one, and then you got the medium size. Then you got the baby one. I don't like the big one because I've seen a few people have those. And then another buddy of mine, he got the one like a little miniature softball Yeti. That's pretty nice because I never see it, and his volume is great. Then at that, if you want to step up, then you can play around. If you got a little extra cash, okay, then get the little powered mic and the compressor mics, all that. Then you're good.
And if you can, get a little mixer, plug it into your laptop or PC, and boom, you're away.
Yeah. Get that Billy D. Williams voice going on.
Yeah. That way you get better control of the channels, and you can get rid of whatever you need to get rid of, like hum or whatever.
All right, who coughing?
It's me. Sorry.
All right, you're good. I just make sure it wasn't Rock, because he said he ain't watching hands. He gonna touch me.
He felt back yet.
I felt threatened.
Felt threatened. No, like we had a good conversation the other night with you, and I just really enjoyed the conversation. I was like, damn, it's been a while since I've actually had a decent conversation with people, rather than just talking about BS or some sort of drama. And,
we always have great conversations with Robert because he knows his shit, man, and he has seen so many things I've never seen, and you get the view from let's say from the American side on a complete different way what they tell you. I mean, I was just in the US one time for a week, but that's nearly 20 years ago, and I was always, to be honest, I was always against the American government, but my experience with the people was that the people are fucking awesome. Everybody supports you. Everybody helps you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you come to a gas station, because we had not experience with the gas station, how it works over there. Because back in the days, it was not that easy to just like here. You go to the gas station, you take the freaking pistol and take it in your freaking tank, and that's it. But over there, it's different, you know. So
Yeah.
just simple things, man. And we've been in a bar in San Francisco, in a pub, and talking to a military guy who was that was after the 9/11. So he was one of the guys defending or protecting the Golden Gate Bridge, and he had a great talk, man. And you know, he was not against the Germans at all. You know, he was open minded, and I didn't have any bad experience in that week in the US. Not one.
Well, one thing I can say is I've had friends from the US for many years just through the internet, and it's funny because when we had like the big earthquake down in Christchurch, because I lived down there in that time, I had 3 people from the US. As soon as they could get through to me via internet means, they were like, "You all right, dude?" Because they understood where I lived and saw all the damage all over the news, and they're trying to get a hold of me, and that blew my mind, you know. It's like,
hey, Donald.
They got a hold of me before my family did.
Hey, let's welcome Donald to the panel.
Hey, Donald.
He's from
Hi there,
Scotland.
folks. How you doing? I just popped in to say a quick hello. I'm just going to head to my bed to see if I get some sleep. It's so cold over here. It's -10, and it was so cold I couldn't fall asleep. I was taking fits of coughing, so I've been awake. I've been back down here. It's 5 to 10 in the morning here now, but I came back down at 6 in the morning. I went up at about 3 o'clock in the morning and came back. I was back down by 6 in the morning. It's just too cold. So
is your heater not working or what? What the fuck?
Sorry?
Is your heater not working?
Yes, but my house is just so drafty, and with the cold, it's it's not very well insulated, so it's
that's a problem in many countries, man.
We don't usually get it this cold until January, but I mean that's 4 weeks early, but it's so cold. Wait and see that this next few days there'll be a lot of people over here. Elderly people will die of this, because it's I mean, and the cost of heating as well. I hate to think, because I've it's taken me 24 hours to get my house up to breathing temperature, and it's not quite normal breathing. Just this temperature -10. It's hard to breathe. I've got respiratory problems already, but this cold air, my body's wrapped thermal for the Arctic, but just breathing in the cold air, it's just so hard, It's
it really screws you up.
Oh yeah, totally. It's it just it's worn me down now. Like I say, just trying to keep warm. It's and as I say, it's usually not this cold at this time of year. We've even got snow, but it's always cold in the north of Scotland anyway, and just always got used to it. But it's getting harder to cope with as I'm getting older. It's
we had it quite cold here last night too. It was about -8, I think.
Right.
Yeah, that's cold.
It's not cold for whatever for Canadian or even Robert. They on the big lakes they have different they have way colder temperatures than here.
I think it's
everything in between -10, everything below is evil shit, man. So I don't like it
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
we have
But
always moisty air here, and that
apparently,
makes it even harder, you know.
the air there is a dry cold. It's a wet
Yeah,
cold that we've got over here.
exactly.
Apparently,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wet cold is that what really that's what is really unhealthy, you know. That's the difference to the
yeah.
areas like if you take whatever Alberta in Canada, man, they have minus 40, but it's dry, you know. That's not the same shit as here, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, we have the
Well,
wet cold. We have the
when
wet
I take a
cold.
breath, when I take a breath outside my kitchen door, it's like breathing in ice. It's
Yeah,
it's so
it's horrible.
cold, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, going to be a crazy winter, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this winter gonna be the game changer, I tell you, man. And if
absolutely.
they are not waking up this winter, then you know I don't have any words. Then I tell you, man. If the people don't wake up, but
Well,
there will be
we
many,
get a,
many people suffering big time this winter. I tell you that, many people.
yeah, we get a similar type of wet cold here in New Zealand down in the South Island, and it can get as low as 6 -6, which is still nasty. Nowhere near as nasty as -10 though. I have experienced that a couple of times, but it's pretty rare. So I can feel your pain when you say -10, and then it's
Yeah, the
not
thing
not
is,
it's not nice. It's not nice at all.
in New Zealand, you are never very far away from the ocean anyway. So that's why you have always like little moisty weather. You know, you're
Yeah,
always pretty close to the ocean because the island is not that big. You know.
yeah. Not only that, the Antarctica's not actually that far away. Not really. So we get the Arctic winds and shit like that as well.
Are you going to play us one there, Donald?
Yeah. If you want,
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah,
Throw one out there.
let's go, man.
Go for it. Go for it.
Everybody's looking forward when Robert starts his music sessions, man. That will be fucking epic.
Spaceman came traveling on a ship from afar. Was like years of time since his mission to start. And over a village, he halted his craft, and it hung in the sky like a star. Just like a star. He followed the light that came down to the shed, where a mother and child lying there on the bed. A bright light of silver shone around his head. He had the face of an angel. We were afraid. Well, the stranger he spoke, he said, "Do not fear. I come from a planet a long way from here, and I bring a message for mankind to hear." Suddenly, the strangest music filled the air. It went na 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 na. This good road to all the land. You born child. music went tramping through the ground. Many were wakened by hearing the sound. Travelers of the road, the village they found by a light of a ship in the sky. The shore of light, and it went na 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 na. Peace and goodwill to all good men, and the newborn child. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let it light, then we banish shade. And in a world of plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. Put your arms around the world, Christmas night. Let's say a prayer, prayer for the other ones. At Christmas night, it's hard, but when you're having fun, there's a world outside your window, and it's a world of red and fear, where the only one flowing is the bitter sleep of tears, and the Christmas bells are ringing out the Friday sound too. Well, tonight, thank God it's there instead of you. And there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. And the greatest gift they'll get this year is right. Where nothing ever grows, no rain nor rivers flow, till they know it's Christmas time at all.
Very well done there, Donald.
Great stuff, man. Great
Very
stuff.
well done.
Cheers.
Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong one.
Thank
Hold
you,
on.
man.
I posted already, Robert.
Oh, you
I
guys
just
link?
subbed.
Okay.
I just subbed to your channel too. Nice work.
Yeah, great music, man.
It's hard singing in this cold, though, like, eh?
I bet you it is.
Oh, yeah, it's hard. I've got to sing every day to work my lungs, but it's cold. It's making it a lot harder, I was quite tired in that, like, I had just had 2 songs, but it's just because it's cold air,
Yeah.
Yeah, Cindy, it's really awesome.
It's not helping the amount of cigarettes I'm smoking either. It's definitely not helping me. Like, but, it's breathing in a bit of warm air just for a wee second. That's what it's all about,
Yeah.
Is that one of yours, or is that a cover song?
The second one was a cover song.
Sorry, which one?
The second one was from, wasn't it Chris
Live
Lear?
Aid. That's from Live Aid.
Live Aid, yeah.
Live Aid, yeah.
Yeah. That's from, I think that's from 88, 89, something like that.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Damn good song. Damn hard to sing certain parts of that song.
I used to do all the different voices in it,
Yeah.
Well, my vocal range is not fully what it should be, but I could go 3 notes below, about 3 notes below baritone, and I could go 4 notes above tenor at one time without going into falsetto. Like, you know, was still.
That's a pretty good range.
But
That's pretty good
yeah.
range.
I mean, that was back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
When I was young with 2 tape recorders, I used to do a lot of 3-part harmonies. Like, you know, I could do 3-part harmonies, you know, quite easily, you know, when I was younger. Not got the same depth, and I can still do it with a decent microphone with a bit of welly on it. Like, you know, I can still hit low notes, but not the same resonance as I could have when I was younger. Like.
Yeah, less power, but
people used to say when they heard my tapes before they saw me, they thought I was about 20 stone there. Because they used to say, how can a big voice like that be coming from a little guy like you know? Well, my voice is when I was young, I sang baritone like Johnny Cash and Don Williams and all that kind of stuff. That was my natural singing voice, is baritone, you know.
How far up are you in Scotland? Are you up there in Vic?
Right up at the very top. It's only 16 miles north from where I am. Is the most northerly point on UK mainland.
So that's like Thurso, something like that, or John.
Yeah, well, Thurso. Yeah, Thurso is 21 miles from where I live. Thurso,
okay.
and I go through to Thurso on a Thursday evening. Have you been to Thurso?
No, we haven't been that far north. We've been in
Inverness. No, well, have a look at my channel. Have a look at my channel. There's some footage of Thurso on my channel. Have a look through my channel. It's all stuff that's been done this year. You know, I've got some walks in Thurso by the river, by the fountain, and
I gotta check that out.
Scenery, lovely scenery, summer, you know, even the river. If you look carefully at some of the footage, you may see the odd salmon getting a wee flutter in the water and that, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the almost 3 weeks in Scotland. That's about nearly 6 years ago, 5.5 years ago. That was awesome, man. We've been in Edinburgh, in Dundee. I have a friend in Dundee, and from there we travelled up to the Highlands, St. William, and then further to the islands, and then Isle of Skye, and was really great. It was awesome.
Did you do the North Coast 500?
No.
Oh, right. I've not been to the Isle of Skye yet, but as soon as I feel well, I'm going there soon. I've always wanted to do that in my life, you know. So
Isle of Skye is freaking beautiful, man.
I'm going to go there soon. I want to go there before the tourists, though.
I think that's probably the most expensive area in Scotland. Isle of Skye is.
It is, yeah. It is. It is very, very expensive.
Oh my lord, man! We paid about 10. We paid about £10 for fish and chips there, man. £10 for fish and chips we paid there.
That's what it's getting like that here now. It's like that here. It's getting expensive now too for eating out. You're talking £10 for fish and chips, yeah. Yeah, that's why it is here. £10 for fish and chips.
That's freaking insane, man. We came over from we went from Dunkirk to Dover, and then we traveled all the way up to the Lake District. And in Keswick, we had fish and chips for $3.80 or $3.60, something like that. Oh. And up in the Highland, it was £10. It's freaking insane, man.
I know, and well, now for your £10 fish and chips, you get a smaller portion. as well as the price actually going up, it's actually a smaller fish that you
Yeah,
actually get.
it is. It is. Yeah.
For the £10, you either got 2 medium ones or one absolute
Yeah.
whack or a
Exactly.
haddock. Like that you would meat on it about an inch thick. What you would struggle to eat. You got either a huge one like that, and most people. I used to have a chips later because I couldn't eat chips after a fish because it was a whopper I had, a really, really thick inch and a half thick, Scottish Haddie,
Yeah.
well, Haddies, that's what we call them. It's a haddock, I mean, for those the portions are smaller, the price has gone up. It's a
It's insane.
fish used to be readily available for us. I mean, our harbour now doesn't. It's not a fishing port anymore, but that was a big. Wick was a biggest fishing port in Europe at one time. A small town, rural town that I live in, that was the biggest. Back in the days of the herring fishing, Wick was the biggest. Biggest fishing port in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would say herring fishing is a great part of our heritage.
Have you some bagpipe stuff on your channel too?
Sorry.
Have you some bagpipes on your
Oh
channel?
yeah. I've got quite. Have a look through my channel. There's a lot of bagpipes. There's a lot of really good pipers. There's a few pipe bands. There's a variety of pipe bands, quality pipe band, really good quality pipers scattered all over my channel at different events and stuff like that. If you like pipes,
Pipes are
I
freaking
trust when you hear these pipe bands, you will be impressed. They're amazing pipe bands. There's mass pipe bands, individual pipe bands in various towns where I've been. That's a best way, and galas as well. GALA. If you look gala on my channel, anything comes up with gala's got a pipe band, in it playing a few tunes at the start, and marching through the town centre. That's
yeah. We have seen one group in Edinburgh. I think that was 5 or 6. They were really good. But then when we was in the Highlands, we was on a sightseeing parking point, and we were just watching and looking in the valley, and there came a guy. He came with his kilt and with his uniform, and he took out his bagpipes and was playing there. It was just epic. And after that, I talked to him, and he's usually working in an office, in a federal office. But once a month or twice a month, he takes a day off to go any point in the Highlands and doing public bagpipes just for the tourists. Freaking
Oh
awesome.
yeah, and I'll tell you what, they make a lot of money.
Yeah,
they make a lot of money. Some of these guys, these good pipers, are right spot. Apparently, they can make 500 in a day.
It was really awesome.
People just love it. Especially when you see someone a good piper. I mean, there is people that play the pipes, and as busking, and they're taking the tune, fair enough. But someone that can really, really play it, if eerie, if you hear them playing a slow air coming straight away, there's something just magical about it.
I think it's very, very difficult to play the pipes good, man. I think it's very difficult.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of people from Scotland hate the bagpipes. I love the bagpipes. I've had connection with pipe band all my life. Like I used to play at their summer shows since I was a kid, and I'm quite well Kent Face. We were a local pipe band, and our local pipe band, they're in quite a few of my videos, and I trust when you see them, they're first class pipes and drums,
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's amazing.
Well, that was definitely very good, Donald.
Awesome. Well done.
Cheers.
I think I'm going to shut this down, guys, because my wife's going to be getting home soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm going to grab a couple hours sleep.
Hell of a good discussion, guys.
Thanks, Lee.
Great.
It was really good.
Drip, appreciate you guys come up. Uwe, Donald.
Yeah. Cheers.
That was good, dude. It was damn good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hopefully you get some good rest.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I grab a couple of hours now because I'm tired, but I think it'd be easier now. It's a computer saying there's more snow coming, so that's weather. I hope it lets up soon. Right, cheers, all the best, guys. Have a good rest of your day and take care.
All right. Thanks,
Same,
Donald.
you too, man. You have a good one.
Good on, man.
Everybody in chat, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you check out Donald's channel and Grey Wolves, or Grey Pills, God damn it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Grips, everybody. And we'll be out of here now in 3, 2, 1. Later.
Thanks, Lee. I'll catch you later.